Just enforcement of the existing law will be very significant. What President Trump put down on the executive orders will basically say, we're not going to just leave the border open. We're going to ask federal law enforcement to actually act like federal law enforcement at the border. We're going to actually stop people. We're going to arrest. We're going to detain people. What's happened in the last 4 years has been catching them and saying, okay, we'll do a hearing later. You're released into the country until your hearing. President Trump is working actively to say, we're not going to release you into the country until your hearing. We're going to do your hearing right here at the border, or we're going to do it in Mexico and make sure that we're actually not just releasing people that we have no idea who they are into the country. That's really good. We've still got to deal with the asylum loophole. That's an area in the law that has to be resolved. And there's a lot of good conversations even about that. As people may or may not know, we just passed the Laken-Riley Act. That act passed through Congress. Chuck Schumer blocked that last year from even coming up for debate. We were able to bring that up as a Republican Senate. It passed the Senate. That actually changes the rules on how we detain people that are illegally present here in the country, named after the murder of Laken-Riley, a college student in Georgia who was murdered by someone who illegally crossed the border in 2022, was paroled into the country, was then arrested and released, arrested again and released, and then the next time he was arrested was for the murder of Laken-Riley. We're trying to make sure that never, ever happens again. When that passed the Senate, it was very significant. We've now sent it back to the House. The House will pass it, and by the end of the week, the president will sign that as his first bill. So while the president's doing increased enforcement, we, for the first time in a couple of decades, have been able to actually increase how we do detention in law as well.